Okay, I think I actually finally got this stupid thing to work. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. You guys tell me. Does it sound better now? Because I think I finally got it to work. Maybe. I don't know. I'll wait to hear from you guys in the chat if it's working now. I guess I have to go to the chat to find out if it's working. So let me go to the chat. Yeah, we are streaming live right now. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is working. Finally we can hear you. Yes, finally. Is there an echo? That's the real question. Because if there's an echo, then that's kind of bad news. Hopefully there's no echo. Is there an echo? No echo. Alright, finally nailed it. So, this program, it's called XSplit. It's a really weird program. Not used to using it. Not used to using this type of stuff on a Windows machine at all, to be quite honest with you. So, I apologize for trying to get all this stuff to work. No, not OBS. I use OBS on the Mac, and it just works, because one, it's a Mac, for one. Yeah, OBS always works. It's really easy. But I wanted to try out this XSplit program, and I'm glad that I finally got it to work, even though it was a pain in my ass. So, anyway, if you guys have questions now I'm free to answer them without being frustrated by the stupidness of Windows machines. So, yeah, go ahead. AMA, ask me anything. I know there's quite a few people who had questions before, so I hope these people come back. How would I fix this if I was on a call? I would apologize profusely and say buy a Mac. No. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know exactly how I would fix this if I was on a call. It depends on if I had like remote access or anything like that. So it really depends on the scenario how I would fix something like that. It's going to take a lot of research. I didn't really have to research, I guess, too much. I was just playing around with it and finally figured it out. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just figuring it out. But usually I try to talk through some of the issues with my end users, and a lot of those conversations really consist of just random blabbering and, how's your day? What's new? So recently, how was your Christmas? What did you do for Christmas? As I'm sitting there clicking through random things, trying to figure out what the hell is going wrong. It's, you do run across like random things like this where you're like, okay, I've never seen this issue before. I've never seen this happen. I have no idea why it's happening. How the hell do I fix it? This was just one of those issues for me personally that I had to deal with. And, I figured it out. It was frustrating. It's definitely frustrating because I was trying to do a live stream. So I have like, all of you guys trying to watch me, and I can't figure out what the hell's going wrong. But, on a phone call, dealing with an end user, it's completely different because you have to be professional. And, it's, they want to know that you know how to fix the issue. So you're sitting there maybe trying to reassure them, yeah, we'll get this issue fixed, it's not a big deal or whatever. And we're going to try this. And, if I can't figure this out, maybe I'll get back to you or something like that. And a lot of times that might be what it takes. And I do that often. And it's not because I don't know what the issue is. It's maybe because I don't have the time to fix the issue. It's like, I'll get back to you in like 10 minutes or something like that. I might have to research it, I might not, but I don't know. I kind of went off on that a little bit. I apologize. Daniel, I'm 25. Is it too late to start my IT career? Absolutely not. It's never too late to start a career. Period. Doesn't matter what you're going to do, what you want to do. Age does not matter. You can be 40 years old and start IT. You could be 50 years old and start IT. So it does not matter. Age is just a number. And I think before I left, I saw somebody was asking about A+ study guides and things like that. Professor Messer is going to be your #1 resource. I've talked about that recently in some videos. Professor Messer, he is the bee's knees for sure. If an end user calls me stupid for not knowing the answer right away, I've never really had that happen. If an end user were to call me stupid, personally, I've been doing this for such a long time that I would probably hang up on them. That's honestly what I would do. If it was just a regular end user and they called me stupid for not knowing what the answer was right away, I would hang up on them. That's plain and simple what I would do. If it was like an administrator, CEO type of deal, I probably would not hang up on them. I would just kind of deal with it. So that's kind of what you have to do. But yeah, you typically shouldn't have people talking to you like that. And if you do have people talking to you like that, you have to stand your ground. You should never let anybody walk all over you, especially in a role of an IT professional, because you are there to support people and you are there to help people. So you will get people talking down to you and you know, talking shit to you basically. But you have to stand your ground. You know, if somebody was going to call me stupid, I'd be like, do you want me to fix your issue or not? Because that's not how you're going to talk to me if you want your issue fixed. So it's a difficult thing if people are going to talk crap to you like that, for sure. I've had that with a doctor that I worked with, and that conversation did not go over well because I stood my ground, and he did not enjoy that because I was basically an asshole back to him. But you know, if you want your issue fixed, speak to me with respect, and I will speak to you with respect back, and I will help you out. I might not know the issue right away, you know, and this answer right here is going to go for everybody across the board in IT. You are never going to know all of the answers ever. There's nobody out there who works in IT who knows every single answer to every single question in IT, and that's the truth. You won't know everything, so you're going to have to research stuff. You're going to have to Google stuff. You're going to have to ask people that you work with for help. It's not a big deal. You're not expected to know everything. So never feel bad because you don't know an answer. Never feel bad about that. But yeah, don't let people tell you you're stupid or talk down to you or anything like that, because that's kind of dumb. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. The good work comment that you left. What's a good spot to get experience while studying for the A+? Where's a good spot? So I've mentioned in like tons and tons of videos, and I try to mention it like all the time. If you guys want experience, you have to look for internships and volunteer work, and you can go to, like, you know, school districts are probably the #1 place that you guys can go to in the summertime for any type of volunteer / internships, because they are always hiring people in the summertime. Even hospitals, I know, like all the hospitals in my area, we hire just basically help in the summer to do random stuff. But there are lots of places that do internships and they need volunteers. You know, some of them you get paid, some of them you don't get paid. But the best thing about all of those things is you get experience, and experience is huge because you get to put that stuff on your resume. And even if you're doing like the grunt work for some of these organizations, say you're just like imaging computers all day, you can reword some of the stuff that you do on your resume to look at like you actually did some cool stuff. So that's my answer. Urban, I have a computer networking diploma. I had job goals. Urban, how long do you stay in each of those positions? That's going to be my question to you, sir. Derek, the nurses are much worse than the doctors, for sure. I've only really dealt with maybe like two 2 terrible doctors, maybe 3, but the nurses are like terrible, terrible. Not that they're bad people; they're just very, very demanding. Tom, what do you make of Dart language, which is like Google replaced JavaScript? I have not looked into Dart. I don't do any programming at all, or any type of development at all. The most that I would say development wise that I know is like HTML, CSS, PHP, and not that I guess it's development programming, but PowerShell kind of could be, I guess. It's in that realm, but that stuff I don't mess with. I can't do it. It's not my thing. So I can't give you an answer on that. But if Google is doing it, I'm a huge Google fanboy, so I know Google will come through and Google will do pretty good things. So you only have about 5 years of experience in IT, which you're on that borderline, Irvin. You're borderlining whether you should be reaching that mid-level. You should soon be approaching a mid-level, or you could be getting like a senior tech is something that you should maybe looking to start approaching. Again, I don't really know all of your background, so it's hard to say. But once you get past that 5 years of experience, mid-level to senior level should start being more in your grasp. So, best game I played in 2016. I really don't play a lot of games, to be honest with you. I actually just started playing World of Warcraft again, and I feel terrible about it. I feel absolutely terrible about it. I played that game for so long, and I thought I was so done with it, and I got bored one day, and I was like, I'm going to play Warcraft. And I picked it up again, and been playing a lot of it. Not a lot of it, but I'm playing it. So, I really don't, that's literally the only game that I'm a total nerd. That's the only game I've played in the last year. Besides like Mario. I love Mario. I could play Mario all day or a day. Have you ever checked out itpro.tv? No, James, and hello, James. You always comment on my videos, James, and I appreciate all of your comments because you always leave really, really good comments. So thank you for joining the live chat, James. You are a good person. What do I know about IT in the military? And what's more relevant ingredients? Yes. I don't really know much about IT in the military. I know that everybody that I know that has worked for the military, in the military, and done things has gone great places and done good things. I've worked with 2 people in IT who were in the military, and once you are in the military and you go through their whole program and you get like certified in things and all that stuff, it's pretty easy to get jobs, especially because you have that experience in the military and you have that basically in your background. So that's all I can say about IT and military. Everybody always asks like what's more relevant or what's a better job or what's a better degree, things like that. Honestly, you guys should just pick whatever you are going to enjoy the most. Like that is going to be the most relevant because you need to figure out what you guys are going to enjoy for the rest of your life. Don't come to me asking me what's the most relevant, what you're going or what's going to be the best, because you guys have to do it. You guys have to enjoy it. I know what I enjoy and I know what I think is relevant, but that's only because I know what I love to do. So I would never tell anybody like go do programming because I hate programming. I hate development. But they're great jobs. There's tons of great jobs out there for people, and they pay a lot of money. So it's hard when you guys ask those type of questions. Gias Gaming or whatever your name is, I butcher names terribly. I just talked about getting experience. Go get some internships and do some volunteer work and you will get experience. Do that. go through some of my past videos. I've talked about what you guys need to do to get, more experience and things like that. Those are things that you guys can do, and you'll get jobs once you get a little bit of experience, even if it's some internships or volunteer work. In the event that IT is not right for you, how hard is it to transition? It's honestly, so IT and software development, that's IT. Software development is pretty much going to be bundled into that whole IT thing. The great thing about IT is you can transfer from one IT career to another IT career very, very easily. It's really easy to go, say, from like a system administrator to a network administrator, or a programmer to like a tech or something like that. It's such IT is such a versatile environment where you can really transfer very easily to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Once you start getting experience and doing things, it's really, really easy. I'm trying to keep up with all your comments here, guys. So or all your questions and everything. So give me a couple minutes to try to go up and answer some of these. I don't necessarily think the market is becoming oversaturated, Parker. There's a lot of people out there looking for jobs. There's a lot of jobs out there too. And again, it depends on your area. So some markets are definitely oversaturated for sure. I'm near Chicago, and if I were to go into Chicago, that market is totally saturated. But if you are a good person and you have a good work ethic, and people see things like that over just a whole bunch of bodies. KK209 plays MC. Hitman Pro should get rid of pretty much everything, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't really used it in a while, but I know every time I use it, Hitman Pro destroys everything. Hitman Pro is the stuff, for sure. I love Hitman Pro. Hitman Pro will definitely get rid of pretty much most viruses, for sure. What programming you need to learn for starting to work in IT. There's not really anything that you need to start learning to work in IT. It really depends, I guess, on what you want to what you want to do in IT. What job do you want to have in IT? That would depend on what languages you should learn. Yep, James, you are always on top of stuff, man. You need to start your own YouTube channel, James, because you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of great comments and stuff. You do not need math for IT. That's like the biggest misconception of all time. I've never needed math for anything in IT, ever. Can't think of one time I've needed to know anything related to math. Besides, like, what's 1 + 1, for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Math is not needed. The bad part about math is if you guys go to school, you unfortunately have to take math classes. What's up, Michael in Chicago? Yeah, army military stuff, that always pretty much helps get jobs. Definitely looks good on your resumes for sure. Helps you land more interviews. How hard is it to get a job at a hospital? I don't know. Probably as hard or as easy as it is to get a job anywhere else. I've been working at the hospital I've been at for like 2.5 years, 3 years almost. So it's a great place. Love it. I've worked for more hospitals. For hospitals, I've worked for school districts. I would definitely work for more school districts because school districts were tons and tons of fun. Mr. Hernandez, so you feel like everybody's better than you, or you feel like you're not good enough? You're, you know what, you're always gonna feel that way. I feel like people are better than me all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's definitely, you're always gonna know that there's people out there who are better than you, smarter than you, especially when it comes to IT, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're still going to get a job. You're still going to be okay. There's nothing wrong with people knowing more than you and being better than you at, things related to IT. So don't feel bad about that. Just try your best, do your best, and know that you are trying your best. Always know that you are trying your best, and that's all that really matters. As long as you know that you're trying your best, that's all that you can do. Don't worry about other people. Never worry about other people. That's going to be your biggest downfall, is worrying about other people, because that'll just kind of break you for sure. I do not work with Epic. We are not an Epic hospital. We are not a big enough hospital for the Epic. I wish we did run Epic, just so I could say that we run Epic, because it would sound epic, but we don't. And James, yep, you are absolutely right. PowerShell, Active Directory, group policy, and SQL. Those are some great things to learn, for sure. KK209, Malwarebytes is a piece of crap nowadays. I wouldn't suggest Malwarebytes for anybody, to be quite honest with you. I don't think Malwarebytes works as well as it used to. It probably does work pretty well, but for the most part, it's pretty much garbage. I know you have to pay for the premium version, which that premium version probably works really well. I do not code. I don't code anything at all, unless you consider PowerShell some type of coding. I know some PowerShell. I cannot sing. I can't sing at all. By the way, don't say my surname. Okay, I won't say your surname. Do you get to hire IT candidates in my role? I am part of the hiring process. I don't directly hire people. I am part of the process. We have like 4 people who are part of the hiring process for our department. So we get to say whether we want somebody or not. And I am part of that process. So I get to do part of the interview process with them, and ask questions, see how I like them, and we get to go back and talk about that person and see if we'll hire them. Why am I wearing a Viking hat? Why not? Why not? I don't know. I was bored. I thought I put on a Viking hat. Actually, I couldn't find a real hat. That's why I'm wearing a Viking hat. I'm actually starting a photo booth business, so I have a couple of these Viking hats. See, Fat Finger Photography. Yeah, I do photography too, but yeah, I'm doing photo booth business, and so I have a bunch of props, and the Viking hat is one of the props. So I wish I was in that JG Wentworth commercial. That commercial's awesome. That's so funny. Thank you, KK209. I appreciate that. Why don't I enjoy programming? It is a gift from God. The people who can do programming are amazing. That's for sure. They are pretty amazing. I can't do it. It's not my thing. The pink thing behind me is a snowman, a 3D printed snowman. I started it and I didn't finish. So just wanted to see a pink snowman, and I started to 3D print it. I didn't finish it. See, it's obviously missing the buttons and it's missing the hat. So that's the pink thing in my cute purple room. Is cybersecurity a great career in IT? Cybersecurity is an amazing career in IT, for sure. Yeah, if anybody is interested in coding, definitely listen to what James said or read what James said. I don't know if I can like, no, I can't like highlight your comment, but I will paste it. I will copy and paste that so everybody can see that again. Thank you, James. You are the man. Greetings, Tana. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at names. If a person does not know the answer to your interview question, what is the best way to answer the question? Be honest. That's the best way to answer any single question you don't know the answer to. Be honest. You could say, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that question, but now I'm very intrigued about that very specific question that you asked me, and when I get home, I'm going to research that very specific question that you asked me and figure out what the answer is to that. You know, but be honest, for sure. Jordy, Dwayne Wade, are you talking about like the basketball character, or character? I don't know why I said character. The basketball player? Isn't there like a Dwayne Wade basketball player? Is there any keywords that stand out to you when reviewing a resume? There's usually not too many keywords that really stand out. It depends on like when I'm reviewing a resume at the place that I'm working at and what we're actually looking for in that role. You know, like right now we are hiring for a tech, so I'm looking for somebody who knows Active Directory. Looking for somebody who knows group policy. I'm looking for somebody who knows, you know, some Exchange. I'm looking for basically things like that. You know, those are things that I'm going to look for that are going to stick out and make sure that the person I'm going to hire at least knows something about some of that stuff. But, you know, I guess those are things that I would look for specifically. But again, it really depends. You know, that's a question that you actually kind of put me on the spot with that. I'd have to really think about that, Urban. Am I going to finish the Pink Snowman? I don't know, probably not. What kind of music do I listen to? I listen to heavy metal. Lots of heavy metal. Viking metal. No, just kidding. Lots of heavy metal. Twin Cities, I can't answer that question because I have not taken any certifications. But I can tell you, if you go over to Professor Messer's YouTube channel, he could probably answer that question for you. He's probably got some crazy stuff over there where he goes into detail about all of the different certifications, and we'll probably have something over there for you on answering if those are similar. No, I haven't been to a concert in like 2 years. I'm old. I'm an old man. The days of on-the-job learning training are gone. I hope the days of on-the-job training aren't gone. But, I mean, no, they're not. We teach people all the time. Anytime somebody new comes in, we teach them and we tell them what to do. Any different environment that you go into, you ideally should be training somebody how you want things done in your environment, because every single environment is different. So if you're not being trained in a new environment, I feel like that specific environment is not doing things right. You know, when you get a new job, you should be trained how they want things done there. I don't look like the heavy metal type. I am totally the heavy metal type. I love heavy metal. How hard is it to get a job after a 1-year certification? It's going to be hard to get a job after a 1-year certification if you have 0 years of experience. How about that? It's going to be extremely hard to get a job with just the certification. My New Year resolution. I don't really have a New Year's resolution. I've never done that. I've never had a New Year's resolution. Why is my photography business called Fat Finger? Because I'm fat. Let's be honest here. It's called Fat Finger because I am fat and I have a fat finger. I just liked it because it sounded good. See? Here you go. Fat Finger Photography. I don't know. I just went with that name because I liked it. It sounded kind of catchy. So, Hector, the best book to study A+ is not a book. It's Professor Messer's YouTube channel. There's probably tons of books out there. You could probably go on Amazon. I would not tell you a book. I think Professor Messer even has a book or like a PDF thing or something. But Professor Messer is the bee's knees for sure. Thank you, Ren. I love my Viking helmet. It's pretty sweet. The song X's and O's by Atreyu. I have not heard of the IT Ready program. Recently accepted a position with a local Chicago hospital as a lead system analyst. Just want to say keep up what you're doing. We need more people like you. Thank you, Raffle. I'm sorry, I'm so terrible at names. But congratulations on accepting that position in Chicago, especially. Go Chicago. I'm also a Chicago native. Well, Chicago suburb native. Out here. Professor Messer. Here, I'll pull up his YouTube channel for you guys. Give me a sec. Professor Messer. No problem, Malibu. I am here to help. I'm not going to put on any music because YouTube will yell at me, and once they scan this video and see that I played a copyrighted song, and they get all mad at that stuff. Does self-learning IT material be considered by employers? I'm self-taught, and I've worked in IT for 15 years. So it can be considered. It really depends on how you present that. You may be asked questions on the spot when you tell somebody you are self-taught, so be prepared for that. What do I do at work? Usually I do everything at work. Manage servers, build servers, end user support, answer phones, answer tickets, printer management, Active Directory support, Exchange support, build images, deploy images, build packages for images. Did I say group policy support? I don't know. I do a lot. I literally do everything. We're a pretty small environment, so I get stuck doing a lot of things. I shouldn't say stuck. I love my job. I love what I do. Jordy, I hate answering questions like that because it really depends on what you want to do, but it is almost always ideal to go to school because a lot of times it's hard to get experience and certifications and be successful. You know, it's very hard. I don't know what song you're talking about, Megan, to be honest with you. Tom, the impact that AI could have on IT industry in coming years. I don't think AI is going to have a huge impact on the industry for another good 10 plus years probably. There's definitely going to be a lot more automation in the next coming years from now going forward. But I don't know. It's hard to say. There's already so much being automated and moving forward. It could change for sure. Things could change a lot and drastically. You know, that's the thing about IT. Yeah, I guess I've been around it so long, I've just seen it grow and grow and grow and grow that there's going to be a breaking point at some point where it might stop growing because AI will come into play and, you know, take jobs away. That could be a possibility. I mean, that happened basically to the auto industry in some way. So it's possible. It's definitely possible. I just don't know how soon that will be. How will the growth of the cloud affect IT? I hate the cloud. I will be the biggest person in the world to tell you I hate the cloud. I cannot stand the cloud. I feel like half of the industry doesn't even understand the cloud. Like, people who push the cloud and talk about the cloud and say, "Oh, this is cloud-based." It's like, no, it's not really cloud-based. That's not what the cloud is. You guys will understand once you get into IT a little bit more, or work with different applications more. There's so many things that, like, oh, we're the cloud, but there's nothing in the cloud. It just sounds like a cool term. But I don't like the cloud at all. I mean, that has its uses, but as an industry standard, I think it's a terrible idea. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Any link for? So yeah, I don't know. I'm like way over like where I wanted to be. Yeah, end users are always going to need training. That's the worst. Not really. I really enjoy teaching people and helping people. That's one of the primary reasons why I have stayed with IT as long as I have. Aside from, I guess, my love for technology, is I just really enjoy helping people. It is kind of fun. How long did I go to school for? I went to school for like, oh, I don't know, never. I didn't go to school for IT. I am 32 years old, and I have been working in IT for like the past 15 plus years, basically. All self-taught. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. So, but IT was a whole different ball game back in the early 2000s. IT was just like a little baby back then. So it was really easy to get into back in the day. Now it's completely different. Hell yeah, you have a hard time hearing anything in the server room. I'll make a video very soon in our server room because it is louder than hell in there. And it's cold. It's like 62 degrees in there all the time. So like right now it's the dead of winter and it is freezing cold in there. Well, I think I've reached my quota for the night on doing a live stream. Again, this is kind of a random thing, and it took me a while to actually get this thing set up because of stupid issues with sound and whatnot. So I appreciate everybody coming aboard and watching and asking questions. I will definitely do this again or more often. It's just, if you guys want me to do this more often, I can definitely try to do it more often. Try to think of more topics for the next time that I do this, so that way it's maybe not just a complete ask me anything. I can make maybe a complete video out of it or something. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate it. I always appreciate the questions. I always appreciate the kind words. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. There's lots of appreciation here. So come the start of the new year, there should be a lot of new videos coming out. I'm going to try to publish a lot of videos come the new year, just because the first of the year is always kind of a slow start for YouTube. So anyway, I don't know. That's about all I have for you guys. So thank you again for watching and have a great night. Maybe I'll do this again tomorrow, maybe not. I have no idea yet. We'll find out. But anyway, take it easy and adios.